Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap Land. Today's daily recap is for Wednesday, September the 27th, 2023. Wednesday, September the 22nd. You know what? I actually liked today's episode. I really did. Um, just a lot of cuteness. A lot of cuteness. Look, y'all. Just found out this text. My granddaughter passed her green word, no blue word. She's on to the green. She's in kindergarten, so I have to do a woohoo. Hey, I'm still grandmom. Okay. Now let's go back to the daily recap. All right. I was not about to stop this recording in order to start it back up again. Okay, so what we had that was so cute was, well, this wasn't cute, but I like the way Sasha did it. I like it, right? We start out with Sam and with Dante at the PCPD. Scott Baldwin comes in. Now Scotty's back. I find out you have my client and you didn't even allow him his one phone call to call me. And Scott said, uh, Cody knows how to use his phone. They asked to use the phone to call you. His phone's all over this station. He can call you because he probably don't want to. No, where's my client? You denied him his rights. He goes, he's in the interrogation room. You could go in and talk to him. So Dante takes Scott in, and Cody and Sam are sitting at the table just talking it up. You know, and Scott is like, what's happening here? But before that happened, uh, Sam comes to see Chase, or I think that could have been yesterday too. And Chase takes her in, and they let Chase in on no, he takes her in. They tell Chase what really happened. And he goes, yes, unfortunately, Cody did commit some crimes to get Sasha out, but Cody's not a criminal. And Chase is like, look, I can't believe this has happened to Sasha. If you need me to do anything, he's like, let me know because I'll help. So Dante says, I think we got it, you know? And so uh he said, I think we got it. So that's when, then Scott comes in, or Dante and Sam are and Cody are talking, and Cody's like, when he was talking to Sam, because Dante was out talking to Scott, he goes, it's up to Sasha now. Because Sam says, um, I don't know. He goes, you let Sasha do it alone? She goes, she told me she could handle Gladys. And he goes, Gladys is a manipulator. And, I don't know. And she goes, you know what? Now that Sasha knows what has happened to her, Sasha's stronger than you think. She insisted I not come. She could do this. So he goes, okay, okay. He goes, because it's all up to Sasha now. Right. So I thought, all right, okay. So he let Scott, know, look, because Scott's like, okay, we go say she kidnapped you. She already stabbed you. And he goes, we are not about to do none of that. So we go to Sasha, and she's like, where are you going, Gladys? Looks like you're going somewhere. What's with the clothes? And she goes, I was coming to look for you. And she goes, really? Where would you look? And Gladys looks, and she names whatever town Cody came from. I was gonna start where he came from because maybe he took you there. So she goes, Cody did not kidnap me, Gladys. He goes, oh, but he could have an accomplice, is what he said. Cody could have an accomplice. She goes, the only person with an accomplice is you. And Gladys is looking at her like, what? And she told her, I know everything. I know what you have done. You had Dr. Montague drug me and make me feel like I was losing my mind, all because you wanted my money. You were stealing from me. And Gladys is like, and then she had the nerve to say, Cody Bell has filled your head full of lies. And Sasha's like, the only person who has lied to me is you. She said, and I trusted you. And it would be, she was really, this actress better win a daytime Emmy. I don't know her real name, and I should. My bad. Daytime Emmy. Because they have put this character through the ringer for a whole year, right? And so she says, how could you? You brought me and Brando from the hospital after we lost Liam. How could you? You sold Brando's garage. I told you why. She goes, you're lying. You sold it to cover your gambling debts. And so she said, then she just explained. She went into detail. Do you know he would come in, Dr. Montague, and inject me full of drugs, have me so far out of my mind and sedated, I couldn't even move sometimes. All because you wanted my money. How many times, Gladys, did you remind me to take those pills that you had Dr. Montague give me? Gladys says, no, no, I didn't know what those pills were going to do. And I didn't ask either. She lies to the bitter end. Because Montague said they're going to make her hallucinate. They're going to make her act out. They're going to make her act out of character. So Gladys is good, good. So people notice she's she's not ready to take control of her money. Right. Which is why when she was being interviewed at poolside the day she stabbed Cody, Gladys went over there to start that fight with Cody because she made Sasha take the pills right before the interviewer came. See, that's how vindictive. I was just borrowing the money from you, but then I got on this losing streak and I was going to pay you back. I just needed the conservative guardianship to go on a little longer. Oh my, she goes, through my suffering and agony. And she says, do you know when Cody rescued me, Gladys, from Montague, we found a bottle, an unlabeled bottle with pills in it. You know, he was going to kill me. He was going to stage an overdose. That I overdosed on drugs I was having smuggled in. And you allowed, I didn't, I was trying my hardest to get you out. I was trying to get you, away. Oh, no. Yeah, in the end, he was blackmailing her. She was trying to get the money for that, right? Gladys gets no redemption. So she was talking about, no, look, I've never wanted harm to come to you. I am so, so sorry that this happened to you. I would do anything. And she goes, yeah, really? Mm-hmm. You want to know what you could do, Gladys? Go down to the PCPD, turn yourself in, and admit to everything you've done. That's a start. And she's looking at Sasha like, wait, what? You want me to face consequences? I said I was sorry. I said I didn't know. What Sasha didn't bring up is, remember when Gladys did, the very few times she came to visit her in Ferncliff, Sasha was begging her, please, please don't leave me here. I don't belong here. He's drugging. She not Sasha, the doctor's gonna help you. See, she should have just said, you coldly knew I was suffering and you waltzed out of there. Mm, mm, mm. But I'm happy that they allowed Sasha to face her acute and just broke her down. Because Gladys tried to talk over her. She said, shut up, Gladys. I ain't talking. Oh my goodness. And Gladys was like, what? My eyes are open now. I am not, because you're confused. I am not confused. And I know it. Oh my goodness. Good scene. If you didn't get to see the scenes, because they were chopping in and out, but fast forward to them. But actually, it was a good episode. You don't need to fast forward to them. It was a good episode, right? So we're going to see tomorrow. I honestly believe Gladys is going to turn herself in. Or maybe not. Because, see, Cody is on the hook. And Matt could get Cody off the hook. But Sam, when she left, because they left Cody with Scott, she went out in the precinct waiting room or lobby room, desk area, and she says, I'm worried about Sasha. I don't know if I should have let her be alone with Gladys. So perhaps if it goes south and Gladys is like, no, Gladys is going to try to run away, perhaps when she opens the door, Dante and Sam will be standing right there. Right there. Okay, we'll see how this goes. Because Gladys, no matter what, she thinks about herself first. And she knows she's going to jail for what she did. Gladys is the kind of person that would try to flee. She would try to just just run away from Sasha and just slither away, which is what she was trying to do before Sasha showed up at the door. So anyway, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Now, Eddie Main's big night. Okay. Hallelujah. New Molly. As a matter of fact, doesn't this Molly look like she really could be related to Christina? They look like they could be sisters. I don't know about younger sister, but they look like they could be sisters. This Molly here reminds me of the first Molly they replaced with the original Molly. See, not Molly's 4, 5, and 6. I'm joking. This is Molly 3. Aside from the original Molly. So this is the 4th rendition of Molly, right? But at least we don't have that. TJ, no, she at least has a normal voice. They didn't give her too many lines, but we'll see the kind of chemistry between her and TJ. But just automatically, I think it's going to be better. Just automatically. But you want to know what was ridiculous? Okay, Christina comes in with Michael and Willow. And I'm liking seeing Willow out. She's pretty. Michael's worried, but Willow's like, look, I almost bit the dust. I'm going to enjoy my sequels, but you worked a whole day of work, Willow. I would think you'd want to go home and just kick your feet up. She goes, and relax. She goes, I'm relaxing here. She goes, and this is good for my immune system. She's happy to be out, right? And so Christina looks over and she goes, watch out, Michael. You're going to end up being controlling, stuffy and controlling like Molly. But see, that's how Christina talks, right? And normally, Molly would have been in earshot. But in this case, Molly was not in earshot. And Christina looks and sees, oh, she's at the other end of the room. There is Molly, right? With TJ. So she just looks at her and Michael goes, what's up? What's going on between you and Molly? What's up with that? So she goes, watch. So she walks over to TJ and Molly And before she gets there, Molly's like, she's coming over here, TJ. And he goes, okay, Moss. And he gets from out in front of Molly, now they're both facing Christina coming up. And when Molly did that, I said, that has to be the most ridiculous reaction to you being at a club and seeing your sister. Christina has not done anything to Molly. Period. She has not. For her to say, oh, she's coming over. Are you kidding me? How disrespectful to your own sister. And TJ, it's okay. So she goes, hi, you guys. I hear congratulations are in order. I know you probably don't believe this, but I am truly, truly happy for you both. Do you know both of those son of a guns just looked at her and didn't say thank you so much? They just looked at her and didn't say anything. TJ kind of even had a, really? I was like, okay. Now we all know your surrogate is going to miscarry. We all know that now, right? Because this was needless and pointless. So Christina just looks after she says it and they say nothing back to her. She goes, well, okay then. And she turns and walks away. And I thought, okay, see, good for you, Christina. You didn't start a scene. You wish them well. They both acted like idiots. And you didn't go get down on their level. Good for you. But I just shook my head at those two. I shook my head. Jordan doesn't know. TJ says, we were hoping mom could come here. You know, we would tell her, but she can't make it tonight. And Portia was standing by. Oh, really? Like, again, I don't want Jordan here, you know. Oh, I can't stand Portia. And I was happy for a minute when they were having her wear the straight wig, because that curly wig, the way it's shaped on her head, I can't stand it. I've always hated it, always. But anyway, I thought, well, that's ridiculous. You mean because you didn't run into your mom at the club, your mom still doesn't know that the surrogate is actually pregnant? See, that's something that, because you know, she already knew the surrogate was being inseminated. Then you pick up the phone, hey, mom, and Molly, have her on, Molly on speaker, you and Molly, mom, look, we have to share this good news with you now. You're going to be a grandmother. But oh, she couldn't make it tonight. So you know what? She's in the don't know club. So Christina should feel pretty favorable because she's in the no club, right? So anyway, I shook my head at that. That was just ridiculous. And then we have Olivia. She's nervous for him, you know, for his debut. That's my dog you hearing in the background. Trying to clear that mucus. The 15 and a half year old. So anyway, she goes back to the back. She's nervous. She sees him. He's nervous because he didn't finish the song, but he's not nervous about performing. He just could not come up with the end of that song. So he's deciding to switch. He switched up the playlist to the band before they left. He's like, I'm just going to do like Brooklyn said, do some Eddie Mane classics, right? So Leo sends this dinosaur, like, little scarf and said, tell Eddie to break a leg, you know, or whatever he said to tell Eddie, you know, blow him out the box tonight. And so he goes, this is so nice. And as she's giving it to him, she's kind of leaned in, handing him the scarf, and he's looking at her in her eyes. And she's looking up at him in his eyes. And he kind of leans close, and she's looking like, oh. And he hugs her. And he said, "Thank you so much for bringing this gift. This means so much to me." And she hugs him too, but then she pushes him away and says, and she's kind of fumbling. He's thinking, "What's going on with you?" And she goes, "No, I just came back here to wish you, break a leg. I mean, good luck. No, I mean, break a leg, whatever they say. But no, no, I'm going to let you get back to it." And she fumbles out. She finds Brooklyn out in the crowd and says she wanted to kiss Eddie Main. She thought he was gonna kiss her, and she wanted to kiss him, but she goes, "He hugged me." She says, and Brooklyn says, "Okay, so I still don't see the problem. I feel like I was cheating on Ned, that I would even consider kissing Eddie." And so Brooklyn said, "Eddie, who is your husband, right? He is still he's still your husband, Olivia. There is nothing wrong with you being attracted to Eddie. He's starting to accept all of us." And so she goes, "Yeah, but," and she goes, "He's living with us. He's getting to know us." And Olivia says, "Yeah, but what happens if he decides he doesn't really want to know us?" And I'm thinking, Olivia, he would have decided that a long time ago when he was hitting on Carly at the bar. He seemed to be joined at the hip to you now. What are you talking about, girl? Right? So that was just funny to me. She's feeling guilty. And Brooklyn is like, he's still one and the same, right? Still one and the same. So now we have, let's see, Eddie does a good set. He cranks him out. He even gives Olivia a shout out because she's been so patient and supportive to him, and he really appreciates her. And she's like, "Oh," because she's all caught up in the whole Eddie Main fiasco. And Blaze is there. She came with Brooklyn invited her. So she came, and she kind of got the Eddie Main story. Brooklyn said, "Well, that's my father." And Olivia tells her the rest of the story, blah, blah, blah. So Chase comes. Brooklyn goes with Chase. Michael and Willow are sitting at a table. Christina's giving them some space. And so they're walking and they almost bump into each other. And they go, "Hey, you see you again, oh, it's good to see you again." And she goes, "Yeah." She goes, "You're going to see a lot more of me," that she signed with Brooklyn. And so Christina was happy. And she goes, "Oh, you here? Are you here with a boyfriend?" She goes, "Oh, God, no." She goes, "I'm here with my brother and his wife, but this is like the first time they have been out." And she said, "I want to give them some space, you know." So she goes out, she goes, "Well, I'm kind of a third wheel for Brooklyn, and her boyfriend just got here." So Renee's like, "Maybe we can hang out together." And Christina's like, "Yeah." So they kind of go to the bar area. Tracy slides her way in, trying to be incognito. Michael spots her. And he goes, "Good to see you, Tracy. You here to support Ned, your son?" She goes, "I'm getting a drink." Getting a drink. And he goes, "Tracy, there's nothing wrong with you supporting him." And he goes, "I'm here now. I'm here on it." She's like, don't read nothing into it, right? So he goes, and as a matter of fact, she goes, "Now be useful," because she's kind of off to the back. "Get me another drink." And he goes, "Okay." He goes and gets her another drink, and Tracy's now Marshall is introducing Eddie Main, and the crowd is cheering, and they go in and out of. They really don't show him really singing a song, but one, kind of a rock and roller, and she's in the back. And actually, she was clapping too, especially the last song. Everybody was in it and cheering. Tracy's clapping too. She was proud of her son, right? I don't know if she'll tell him, but she was definitely proud of her son. So that was really, really, I liked that. I liked that. Now then, the last thing that was really good, Spencer is already happy. He's packed up, getting ready to go. And he's like, "Esme, I want to go over some last minute things regarding Ace." I mean, he crosses his T's, dots his I's where his baby brother is concerned. Right there. Where his baby brother is concerned. And so she goes, She comes out, Spencer, Spencer, you can't go. And I thought, here we go. He goes, what do you mean I can't go? Daycare called. They said a kid broke out, came down with the chicken pox, and little Ace was exposed to it. So you can't go. So he calls Trina and he tells Trina, and Joss is in the dorm room with her. And she's disappointed because she was anxious and nervous as why is he late? Why is he late? Right? And he goes, I can't leave him. He might have the chicken pox, you know. And I guess in his mind he's thinking, and I could be exposed, or look, did he not have him? And I don't know. Right? Trina and I have chicken pox too. I think maybe chicken pox though more is our generation, really. But anyway, I won't get sidetracked off into that. So she was disappointed and she's talking to Joss, and Joss is like, Trina, because she's trying to make light of the situation. You know, he really can't leave his baby brother. You know, things can happen, blah, blah, blah. And Joss says, Trina, you don't always have to make the best of every situation. It's okay to be, she goes, mad, pissed off. And Joss goes, yeah. She goes, it's okay to throw something. So Trina takes the pillow and throws it at Joss. And he goes, you know what? You have always been the more level headed between the two of us because I wouldn't have thought of throwing this, right? So then it shows Spencer going upstairs and he's taking his little suitcase up the stairs, and Esme's standing there. And he goes, okay. She had come from the back room and he goes, how is Ace? She goes, honestly, he's sleeping soundly, like he's okay. And he goes, and he starts going up the stairs. I better put my stuff back. And he says, listen, one of us needs to stay up with him all night. So we can just take turns. And he's heading up the stairs, and her phone text message chimes again. So I guess she wasn't lying, right? And she goes, Spencer, it's daycare. The child that broke out, it came back that it's poison ivy. It is not, he has not been exposed to chicken pox. And Ace did not touch him. So Ace is okay. And so Spencer looked, and then next thing Trina is putting her stuff back away, all sad in the dorm room. Joss is gone. And somebody's knocking on the door. And she's like, Josh, did you forget your key again? So she opens the door. She goes, Spencer. And he goes, Trina, get your stuff, get ready. She goes, wait, what? What happened to Ace and chicken pox? Daycare called. It was poison ivy. I booked us another flight out. Get ready, we gotta go. And so, oh, she jumps up and hugs him, and they hug each other. Oh, and I was happy. You know what? I kind of like the way these interim writers write. See, typical General Hospital, that never would have went down that way at all. So, writer strike is over. Thank the Lord, right? People need their jobs. Shows need to go on. Movies need to be made. Oh, you see, I didn't have a chance to put my regular recap uniform on, and I got some sunlight coming through the window. But anyway, so I'm happy, absolutely. But I hope the regular writers were looking at the job these writers did, because they did a very good job. And I hope they just don't come back and snap back into status crazy quo. I hope they really kind of look and listen to ideas from other writers. Because I was happy with the way this would not have happened. And I'm happy it did. So I'm happy it did. Now we get to have adventures in New York land. So let's go to Comment Corner. I should be able to rush right through these comments. Leola says, we heard Victor's voice when Charlotte read the letter a few scenes later. NK Rose says, I feel like Charlotte knows about Jake's programming and is using him, hence all the selfies. I don't know. Something is going to be up with Charlotte and Jake. Leanne says, Sonny is never going to leave the business. I know he talks a good game, but in reality, It is all it is, or really it's just talk, right? Someone who has been a mob boss for as long as Sunny doesn't suddenly leave mob life problem free. No, they don't. Anna these days always seems as if she is desperate to solve another problem Valentine has created for her, and it seems on edge and directionless as Victor outed her from working as a WSB agent. In many ways, Valentine has brought nothing but problems in Anna's life, getting shot by his father, having her spy job taken away, her house burnt down, her clothes destroyed, and now little brat Charlotte is causing her problems through reading tarot cards given to her by her psycho grandfather. Uh, Aisha says Sunny is definitely feeling the cost of uh, feeling the cost in business terms of Jason's absence, and sending Dex to deliver messages isn't protecting an inmate, and what isn't projecting an intimidating image um, that he needs. Well, Jason would have gone and delivered those kind of messages too. So Sonny don't go and deliver those messages face to face unless he's delivering them to another equal mob boss, right? He wouldn't send Dexter to deliver a message to Cyrus. He would go do it because that's like equal, right? Something else to consider. Carly did caution him about him not taking action against Nina for what she did to him and his family. She said it would damage his reputation along with his business associates. And Aisha also says JC was the Carly whisperer. Um, no better example of this was when they all were waiting for Michael's brain surgery. Jason helped her keep it together, not her husband Jax. Back then, Sonny took the prize in inappropriate lashing out, laying into Jason for failing to keep Michael safe when it was Sonny himself who dismissed the guards, leaving his son unprotected. Uh, Come to think of it, it would usually be the two of them, Jason and Carly, waiting for news on Sonny's operations or whatever I know was going on. I don't um, think it's ever occurred to Sonny just how much uh, stuff he put her through. Although you did some little stars. I know what you meant. He put her through. Carly lets off steam, however she needs to. Ava can take it. Sonny could also be asking, "What are you doing here, Nina?" You know what? I thought about that. Why wasn't Nina there? What made her come to the hospital? Remember, Sonny was supposed to meet her at the Metro Court. And Dex said, Mr. C, Mr. Corinthos, says he cannot meet you at the Metro Court. He is at the hospital. Drew Kane has been shot. So he's going to the hospital. That's how Nina knew. But she never once said where Sonny is. She never once tried to find Sonny because she wanted to be all up in Carly's face. So now I'm going to skip on down. D. L. Hudson says, New Molly, according to the new federal law, we all will be required to take turns to play the role of Molly Lansing Davis. Don't forget that. And then be on the lookout for a script in your mailbox. That is funny, right? I'm just happy they listened to us. We said it enough. Oh no, what on earth were you thinking? Rod says, well, the bottom just dropped out. Sasha is all over Gladys, and she will get the truth out of her. And Dante finally clued Chase in. Now he's on board. Yep. Lisa says, someone needs to ask Gladys what hospital bill she has been paid. Which ones were paid? And for how much? I know. What hospital bill? Lisa says Valentine has not paid any attention to Charlotte for some time. No wonder she's doing strange things. I wonder if the pills are still in the doctor's jacket pocket. They opened the door to listen to Gladys trying to blame Cody on for everything. Yeah, they did, but it won't work. Sabrina says, hi, Daily Recap Lady. Great review as always. Regarding Charlotte, I am torn between her just being a brat or if something else is going on. I think something else is going on. But I am starting to think maybe someone is controlling her with those tarot cards. I think so too. I remember a time when Charlotte liked Anna. I remember when Anna got shot by Victor, and Mac and Felicia had brought her to the hospital uh, to be with Valentine. Charlotte asked if Victor shot Anna, and Valentine said yes. Charlotte says she hated Victor. Valentine told her not to hate anyone. At that time, Charlotte was back in Port Charles from boarding school where Victor had held her. If she already had the tarot cards, she would not dislike Anna at that time. Well, maybe it took some time, you know, maybe that took some time for that to kick in. Remember, Victor was still alive. Victor gave a parting gift upon his death. A lot of things he set in motion upon his death. Remember, Peter and Helena controlled Drew with the tarot cards. At that point, Drew did not know he was being controlled, and it was a different set of tarot cards. I don't think Victor sent the letter and the cards to Charlotte. I think he absolutely did. I think Peter sent them and signed Victor's name. I think it was Victor. Um, Linda says, there's a new Molly again. I don't know what to think. What to think is, thank God there's a new Molly, because that other one was horrible. What are you talking about, Linda? I hope that Blaze and Chrissy would just be good friends, because Christina needs a friend more than a love interest. Christina always strikes out when it comes to having a, a real friend. I hope Blaze will be that friend. And then Ron says, Ava wanted to tell, but her first thought was to shut up before she gets implicated. I know, huh? And then Lisa says, how has Carly not mentioned to Sonny that Drew saved Cyrus' life? He would already know it was Cyrus. And then J Girl says, I thought he did. Yeah, I think she did. She did. She said he saved Cyrus for no. Lisa says, Victor wrote the letter to Charlotte, wording carefully and warning her that Anna is already getting Valentine to do dangerous things and would get him killed, that she needed to protect him using the tarot cards to keep him safe. And then Lisa says, Scotty showed up to ruin everything. They didn't let Chase in on what was happening. They are all ready to go. Well, they did let Chase. Yeah, they did let Chase know what was happening. They are ready to go after Gladys and Dr. Montague as soon as Sasha finishes up with Gladys. I hope she's recording Gladys. That's what I was thinking too. I'm thinking, I'll bet you she recorded the whole thing. Lisa says, Valentine was surprised when Charlotte pulled out those tarot cards. She lies without hesitation to her dad. He flashed through everything that has been done to Anna, knowing Charlotte did it. Why did he not warn Anna? She still sees Anna as a threat. And I know he is not considering moving Anna into that house. He better not. And Sandy says, crazy Carly lost her whole mind on Ava. I thought she was going to spill the beans. She spilled too much as it was. Carly did go, Lisa says Carly did go off on Ava. I thought Ava was going to dodge Carly's wrath and let Nina, and tell that Nina was the one that put him in prison. And then P. Merle says to Lisa, remember, she dropped the dime on Nell. Ava told where Nell hid Morgan's baby blanket when she was gaslighting Carly. Ava is about self-protection, and she should be. I Am says, hi, Daily Recap Lady. Thank you for all you do. I think Charlotte used Jake as an alibi. She did. That's why she sent all those pictures out, right? All those selfies. Because of her explanation when Valentine questions her, suggesting she invite Jake over. I'm unclear with Jake dating Charlotte. He told Liz he was seeing Charlotte again. It's General Hospital, insinuating they dated before. I don't know. Maybe he meant again since Kelly's. Glad Valentine finally sees Charlotte's behavior. GH has redeemed Cody. Yes, they have. Sasha lit Gladys up. Get her, Sasha. And then Lisa says, yes, I enjoyed that so much. I hope Sasha recorded Gladys. I don't think Gladys will turn herself in. She is a coward and never accept blame for her actions. I thought that Ava was going to out Nina right there in the hospital to Carly. Sunny is right. Sunny is right. 5 years ago, when Jason was still there, this would not have happened. And then Lisa also says, loved it when Sam played banker and called Gladys. That was priceless, watching Gladys's face. And then Lucy says, today is Wednesday. Well, this recap, I mean, today's episode that I just did was Wednesday. So anyway, that's it for Comment Corner. Comment Corner. I will be back tomorrow for another daily recap of General Hospital.